Yeah.
Something you like use every day, every segment of the day, or maybe once a week, once a month? Like, I guess I'm not familiar with this. I'm just trying to gauge.
Right. No, that's a great question. How relevant is it? Love that question. Um, Sorry, Sam, I forgot to start my Zoom, but I think we're started. I think you can hear me, so that's good.
Yes,
Um,
yes, sir.
the question was, how relevant is VBA? Um, yeah, I've got a couple of examples. One is that you might think that in large companies, VBA is not useful. Oh, there's a big company, they got a big team of people, IT people, they're past VBA. I have had multiple students the past, since I've been teaching this version of the course, the past 3 years, 4 years, say, I did an internship. Who was one? One of the first ones that came back to me was Raytheon. Anybody heard of Raytheon? A little bit. One of the top five, I think they're top five, top three, maybe. Defense contractors. Yeah, exactly. He got an internship at Raytheon, and he did some VBA. He did some coding for them on his internship. That was his internship. And about 6 weeks into his internship, they said, "We want you to work for us full time. We need this. We need you. We need your skills." He was doing stuff that he was automating some. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he was automating some stuff at Raytheon in their team, and he got a full time job offer. And it was remote, and he worked out great. He finished some school while his wife was doing school. Um, so yes, I've also heard stories of people going into Amazon, working at Amazon, and having access to some Amazon data and using VBA to automate. In this case, and this is one of those topics I don't know that we'll get to the end of the semester, but maybe we can finagle it so we do. But what he did is he took this class, this version of this class, I didn't teach him, but another teacher taught him, and which allows you to automate going out onto the web using a browser, copying and pasting competitor information and pricing into an Excel spreadsheet. And this is what they had hired interns to do for generations before him. And he's like, he was about to quit the internship, and he said, "Wait a minute, I think I can automate this." And he automated this over the weekend. And he came back to work on Monday morning. And he's like, "I just automated this. Yeah, now what do I do?" And the boss looked at him like, "Do you want a full-time job?" He literally did his whole internship over one weekend, uh, based on this. And this was Amazon, right? And part of that is because there's little pockets of supply chain teams all across organizations, and they do not always have access to the best tools. They they don't have access to, so they have access to data. They can get data, but they don't have a lot of. The other thing is small business. When you think about small business, um, VBA is you're just another league in small business, right? So I would argue absolutely at the large company level, absolutely at the small business level, and places like Melaleuca would just eat it up. You'd eat it up at Melaleuca. They're basically Excel based, as far as I know. Their supply chain functions, their forecasting functions. I don't want to say they're cheap, but they're not ready to invest in a large system yet, a large multi ERP system. Um, and so they're all this is a multi-billion-dollar international company. And most of that stuff happens in Excel, natively. So there still is this wave in supply chain, especially, where it's extremely relevant. I think VBA is extremely relevant. And this is the class actually where I've had the most students come back and tell me, "Brother Chapman, I'm using VBA in my career, and it's really helpful." Which gives me a little bit of sadness for my other class that I teach. Although Micron talked about it this weekend when they were talking about the goal, which was great. But let's see, a couple more hands. Does that help?
Yeah. So it's more of like is it like a coding language?
Yeah, it's the coding language within Excel, built into Excel. And I'll show you some stuff today. We'll start in that today. Hiram,
Yes.
and then
The
first 3 weeks, how much and what parts of it should I mentally set aside as irrelevant for upcoming coursework versus
Yeah, how much does it overlap or build
Right.
on?
I have zero VBA and everything else I'm with Python, I don't know how much that is relevant.
Parts of it conceptually will be similar. The syntax will be different, but this idea of creating variables, right? We created some variables. Some of the basics of programming are there. Creating a function, we created some functions in Python. But we'll talk about that a lot.
Did
So
you,
I would say a little bit, but not much.
did you take VA 215?
Um,
Just like,
yeah,
fresh
I did that.
Yeah. If you take that one, then go, I didn't realize Visual Basic is VBA is.
That's it. Visual Basic for applications. That's the one. That's the one. Good. Other questions, comments, concerns? You had your hand. Okay.
Job applications for engineering jobs.
Oh,
Trying to see how many of them want a VBA.
very cool. Even in engineering, even kind of outside, like mechanical engineering. What kind of engineering? Okay.
Job application for, I'm looking for a job posting for Honda. And that's VBA.
Nice. Nice. Okay, great. Other comments, questions?
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
so Claude can technically integrate, right?
Yeah. Well,
Because you can have it as an extension.
that's right.
So,
That's right. I don't know. I actually haven't. I've used Claude in Excel. I haven't used Claude in Excel in VBA.
maybe that's.
There's a little bit of a difference there. I would be really impressed if Claude would actually write your VBA code for you because it's like separate from the Excel
Right.
interface. But at the very least, it's going to be very, very good at actually writing VBA code. So at the very least, you can copy and paste it. My only contention, or maybe I should say not my only contention, my big um, caution sign, a big word of caution here with any AI, maybe especially Claude, is that when Claude does VBA code, it's very, very verbose. I mean, it's excessive. I mean, it is. It'll write 10 lines of code when we can do the same thing in 2 lines. Does that make sense? And part of that is the nature of AI and the nature of coding is very, very precise, very solid. So the code it writes is functional and it works. Um, but there's a challenge there because it's going to write 20 lines of code when we can just do the same thing in 2. So it's a little bit of it's helpful and then sometimes it's not helpful because it's so verbose, it's so profusive. It just writes too much at the time, which I think you will come to see as well. But yes, I expect you to use AI, but I expect us to learn VBA as the higher priority. Great questions. Comments, concerns. Jamie, how you doing? Rodri? You good? Hiram?
We'll see.
We'll see. I think that's fair.
I am curious, I'm looking at the course focus, right? And as described, it says that the course focus on using computer tools and modeling techniques to support business operation analysis.
Yes.
And decision making. It sounds like we're going very heavily into modeling techniques and less into interpretation and decision making.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think the reason why is because I think that's what he's trying to build on. It's like, if we understand how to do that, AI can put together very easy. I think, I mean, I don't want to speak, but at least that's going to be.
That's probably true.
The hard stuff, AI can take on the heavy stuff.
That's probably true. I think I would qualify a little bit of that and say improving our modeling skills really does improve our analysis skills because it's the model that we use to do the analysis. So the modeling becomes the foundation. So the coding that we're going to cover is a way of thinking, it's a way of looking at problems, it's a way of deconstructing. If this is what we're trying to achieve, how do we back into that programmatically and write a program to achieve that end, right? That way of thinking and that approach, we're creating a model of what we're trying to do. We're executing that model. We're iterating. We're trying to figure out how to make that work. That I think is where the real benefit of and that connection is between the model and then the analysis that comes out of that. The analysis, I think, is limited to the power of our model. And I think we're going to learn some pretty interesting tools around modeling to help us analyze better. So I'd answer that. Okay, great. How are we doing over here on this side of the room? We're good. Okay, let's do it. Let us dive in, shall we? Head first. Throw caution against the wind. And let us begin at the very beginning. Shall we do that? Here's what I think I'd like to cover. We've covered a little bit about why VBA. We've covered a little bit before about SCM and data skills. I think this aligns extremely well to that discussion of this is still focused on those data skills, right? The SCM or the supply chain management perspective helps us know what questions to ask. These data skills help us know how to answer those questions, right? Very, very good alignment here. A couple of other reasons we've got reporting. Lots of reporting are built from data, and VBA is excellent at creating reports. Extremely good. Everything from charts to pivot tables. It's very, very good. And then automation, right? Automation is a huge part of VBA, and there's a lot of opportunity to automate processes using VBA extremely well. In addition, if you really, really want to go beyond the course, I would say there's a whole nother level out there where you can build full-on applications using VBA and like a SQL backend, right? You can connect your Excel to a database backend, and all of a sudden you're off to the races because everybody's using that backend database for all the operations. You know, Tableau and Power BI, what's always been interesting to me about those and other visualization tools, they pull the data from the operational system and manipulate it and create great reports. But you always have to go back to the system to make a decision. In this kind of a scenario, if you're connecting VBA Excel directly to the operational database, you're creating a business application, right? Something that people could actually use as part of the way they do their business, not just as a reporting tool that gets pulled out and you view it, but you have to go back to the system to make all the decisions, right? I think that's pretty significant. Please.
Like our guy afterwards, so does that
It could. Yeah, it's true. If you pay the really high version of Power BI and Tableau, there are ways to connect the dashboard so that it's two-way, so that not only do you get data out, you can manipulate it and you can send it back into the database. It's not that common. Most companies don't have that functionality of two-way from using Tableau. Most of the time, it's one-way pulling from the data. And so you can refresh it on Tableau and it will pull again, right? But it's not very common. Most companies I've seen don't close the loop, right? They don't say, okay, we're tweaking this in Tableau or Power BI, and we want this data to go back into the live operational system. Usually that loop is not there, but I actually think there is functionality there.
they were working like those different dates, but it's like there's design executives to be able to go in, just like have snapshot.
Like real time, right? Excuse me. So that's really true. So they can pull it real time. So it's true that they can do a one-way pull really easily, which is nice. The nice thing about this potential here is the VBA is that you can pull it real time, and then you can also send, you can make a change and then send that back into the database, which is pretty cool. Yeah, yeah.
They were using.
Yeah, good. Please.
I know like Excel files people working on secondary, is it the same with like BBA? If somebody found BBA or themselves, why would you have four users working on different sections of the same?
Nope,
It's just one person.
that's the drawback. Yep, that's the drawback of VBA is that, I mean, some people would say this is an advantage and not a drawback because the code is contained in the file. So if you save the code in the file, you can send the file and somebody else can make the change, but then they have to send it back to you with their changes, right? There's no,
You always have that base copy.
that's right. You can always have a base copy. Some people prefer that rather than having it, open to everybody to do whatever changes they want. But that isn't, most people consider that a downside of VBA is that you can't be as collaborative as you can like a Google Colab, for example. You can't share it as well. Yeah, yeah, we'll see that as well. Okay, great. So here's what I think we need to talk about. There is a textbook for this class. Talk a little bit about this learning process. I'm going to continue to record class and make those videos available after class if you want to go back and rewatch them. The homework and the projects and exams. So there's really 3 different parts of this course, of this VBA course. The purpose of the homework is to prepare for class. So the purpose or the homework is due at the end of the day of that class. So I'd like you, it's best if you come to class having attempted the homework, right? We will do some of the homework in class. Often we won't finish it in class. But if you can come to class having attempted the homework at least, or actually completing it, then you'll learn better in class. So that's kind of the purpose of the homework. There's probably 10 or 12 homeworks for the semester, so it's not every day. Maybe about once a week. Then there's projects, and projects are done individually. You can't talk code. You can talk structure. I did a loop here. I set up some variables here. And then I did this, but not specific elements of code, right? Projects take much more time than homework. So projects are ones where you kind of dig in a little bit. Some more of this idea of applying what we're learning. And then the exams, I've talked a little bit about that already. There's a midterm and a final, multiple choice. And it'll be definitional, like what are the different types of data? As well as code examples. It's probably 2/3 code examples, right? It's really testing your knowledge of code. So it'll have anywhere from 5 to, I think at one point there's one question with maybe 15 lines of code, nothing too big. And you're going to read through that code because you can't run it, but you've got to read through it and understand what's happening. And then the output says this. And so there's a question that says, what is the output of this code? And you're going to be able to answer that question and say, oh, having read through this code, the output is option B or option C. And that's basically it for the class, right? So we have homework, projects, and exams. Questions? Please.
Do you open this up once?
Yes. What?
Yeah.
Yes, if you go to the syllabus page on Canvas, it's basically all there. I don't think it's locked. Is it locked?
We're just on our calendar, it only shows what's.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I haven't put it on the calendar yet, but it is in the syllabus. So I'm in the process of transition on Canvas. I think I can transition by the end of this week for the rest of the semester. So it should be there. It's a good question, Ash. I appreciate that. Does that help? Okay, great. Let's go here and then here.
As far as the homework goes, so if
Yeah.
it's like due at the end of the day, but are we supposed to have it done in class? Like, is the assignment
No.
gonna be at 2 p.m. or that day? Or
It'll be 11:59.
11:59?
Yep.
Okay. And that's not gonna be every day, so we'll have
Right.
like a little bit more time to work on it.
That's
So,
right. Yeah, you'll have good notice and say, oh, this homework's coming up next Monday. Okay, let me start it. Yeah. Yeah, good. Define surprise. Yes.
in the last
What was that?
last day to opt out for the whole meetings tomorrow.
Well, this is an auto access, so this is not, this is different than auto access.
I think it was not
Right. Right. No, this textbook is from a third-party supplier. It's from a different supplier that doesn't integrate well with auto access, so it's just separate. Let's talk about that. Let's do the textbook. So if you come with me to the um, homepage, let's go to the homepage here. Let's pull up the homepage. Actually, I think it's over here. Let me pull this over here. So if we go to 478 Spring 2026, if we come all the way down to the bottom here of the homepage, there is a My Educator Canvas Connect. Do you guys see that on your end? It's published, right? Okay, so if you click on this, what happens? It should take you to the textbook. Load in new window, and it will connect you to the My Educator website. The good news here is that this book will always be available to you for the rest of your lives, which is kind of nice. You're going to make a one purchase. I believe it's about $50. Does it tell you what the price is? Is it $50? Okay. And one purchase, and it's good for life. That's kind of a nice thing. Some of these online textbooks are temporary. You get it for 6 months or something like this. This is one that you can refer to forever, which is kind of nice. There are some videos, and this is traditional textbook. I actually, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with this textbook, if I'm honest. It, it's actually, but it's good. I can hate it and love it at the same time. Yeah, that's another topic. Um, this textbook has probably more information than you want to know on VBA. This textbook is a lot of information. It's got 41 chapters, but let me show you some of the stuff down here just to give you a flavor. Using VBA to send email with Google Mail. Using VBA to control Word, VBA with Google Docs, VBA with PowerPoint. That's what everybody thinks. Yes, there's ways to connect it. You're going outside of the Microsoft world a little bit, but these are connections that people have created and have made available through GitHub to allow you to use VBA to do that stuff, which is pretty cool. Another one is using VBA to control Internet Explorer. So this is one where we've used in the past, we've used VBA to go out to the browser. You can browse websites, you can copy information and collect information from the internet using VBA, which is pretty cool. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. There is a lot of stuff in this textbook. It's actually been around for a while, very vetted, very full. It's a great, it's a great textbook in terms of the content that it's offering. So this is the textbook. Another reason why I use the textbook is because of the assignments. So if we come to the assignments, and I'm hoping to get this, hoping to get to this today, as a matter of fact. It's about 80% accurate. It's not all the way accurate. The textbook on the home site, go all the way down to the bottom. My Educator Canvas Connect. I'll just tell you about it. Another reason for the textbook is because it's going to give you immediate feedback on the code that you're writing, which is really cool. In other words, for all of your homework assignments, for all of your projects, for all, yeah, that's it. For all your homeworks and your projects, you can be writing code at 11 p.m. or 3 a.m., whenever you want. And you can submit the code and it will automatically grade your code and give you a grade for how well you do. And guess how many times you can submit? As many as you want. You have unlimited submissions for your code. What it's going to do is it will tell you whether or not your code is correct or not. It won't tell you necessarily how to write fixed code, right? It won't tell you the answer, but it will tell you what it's expecting to see and what's wrong, why you're not getting full credit. That in and of itself is probably the biggest reason why I've chosen this textbook is because it's giving you immediate feedback on your individual code. It will run your code and then provide you with immediate feedback, which is pretty cool. Any other questions on the textbook? Okay, one more thought here before we get too messy with the with Excel and VBA. There is a little bit of a messy process here. Learning to code is messy, okay? The learning happens in the struggle. Have you ever heard the story of a butterfly or a baby chicken trying to hatch? And the little child wants to help this poor little chicken get out of the egg. So what does the little child do? Just leave it alone. Starts to open the shell, right? I'll help you. Let me break open this shell for you. It turns out that chickens don't last when you help them get out of their shell. It's part of that developmental process is they get out of the shell themselves. And that's a little bit like this class. There's going to be the learning is going to happen in the struggle, not in getting the answer correct. You'll find yourself 60% of the way there. You'll find yourself 70% of the way through this project, and you've spent 2 hours and you're like banging your head against the wall. Brother Chapman, you're the worst. It's okay. You can say it. That's right. That's a good point. Just struggle. You're learning. You're the egg. You're the baby chicken.
We use a,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. I would also offer if you're running into a problem, don't spend too much time at it at once. You know, there is a tendency to want to just get this right and to dive in and to take care of this and knock it out. And I have heard kind of horror stories of students spending 5, 6 hours on a couple of lines of code, 2 or 3 lines of code, trying to get it right. I would say spend at most 30, 45 minutes. And if you're not getting it, take a break, right? Do something else. Go back to it. And often when you see it with fresh eyes, it becomes more apparent what the problem is. So don't spend too much time on one at once. Give it a little bit of time. And again, the learning happens in the struggle. A lot of the learning will come individually because each one of you is going to have different code. And each one of you is going to have a different learning path in that sense. And that's why the immediate feedback becomes so helpful, so useful. Okay, great. Okay, let me talk to some Mac users. How many Mac users we got in here? It's okay, we still like you. Mostly. There are some things in this class where the MacBook falls short. Why is that? It's not you, it's not me. It's Bill Gates. We're going to blame Bill Gates. Well, Microsoft. Microsoft has chosen to reduce functionality for the VBA in Excel, as they should. Oh, wow. Wow. I've never heard of... That's funny. There are some things that you can't do on a Mac, which also should tell you that this is some pretty serious VBA stuff, right? That you can't do on a Mac. Most VBA you can do on a Mac. Yeah, I would say probably 75% of the stuff in this class you can do on a Mac. But there's a 25% part that you're going to need a PC. Now, for the 3 of you, There's a couple different ways to do this. Some people just like to use their spouse's or their friend's computer to do it. Other people are a little bit more complex and they go and put Windows on their Mac. You can do that, right? You can have a Windows operating system on your Mac. That actually works because you're doing VBA inside Windows on a Mac. Takes a little bit of setup. IT can help you set that up. I might be able to help you. But at some point, you just need to be thinking in the back of your mind, especially towards the end of the semester. I've had some students go buy like a $50 PC off of Facebook, and that's actually worked out pretty well for them. But go ahead. Sorry? Yeah, VDI should work. The downside of the VDI is I think it erases everything every time you log off. So you kind of have to reconnect your folders and reconnect your files every time you log on, which can take 5 to 10 minutes. But that's possible. It gets a little bit annoying, but it's possible. You can go to the library. Yeah, use an on-campus computer. That works too. Yeah, that works too. Okay, good. Any questions about that? My Mac people? Rodri, any questions? Okay, great. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to set up for this VBA class. Ready? Let's dive into Excel. First thing we're going to do is download the Atlas file. So let's do it. Let's go to the course website to get the link. Let me see if I can hide these again. Course website. Down here at the bottom, it says, let's see, where'd we go? Yeah, we can do it at the bottom. Let me publish it. I don't think I've published it. Down at the bottom, it says getting set up for assignments. Download Atlas VBA 15A. And look at that extension, XLAM. Anybody ever used an XLAM before? Pretty cool. Your first XLAM. So if I click on this, it's going to take me here to this link. I want to download this file. And I'm just going to save it in my downloads folder. This is a Microsoft Excel add-in file. How about that? I'm going to put it in my downloads folder, click on save. Okay, great. What we need to do now is I'm going to open up Excel. Let's see, where's my Excel? I'm just going to open up a blank Excel. And I am going to add this add-in into Excel. So here's some steps. Ready? You might want to sit next to a neighbor, make sure you help your neighbor, right? This is a team effort here. Takes a little bit. I'm going to click on File, and it opens up this menu. I'm going to go down to More, and I'm going to go to Options. Wait, you know what? Let's do it the easy way. That's the one. Where's this one? No. That's a different add-ins. There's my Excel, or there's my Claude. Actually, I think I need the developer tab. Let's do that first. Who has the developer tab on their Excel? We got a few. Okay, let's do a developer tab first. So click on File, go down to More, and click on Options. And it's going to show this one, Excel Options. We're going to come over here to Customize Ribbon. And then there's Main Ribbons over here on the right. Here's Developer tab. It's unchecked. Nice job. Yeah, if you've never done this before, it's probably unchecked. Go ahead and check this. It's always been there. We just didn't know it until now, right? I'll check on Developer tab, click OK. And now we have a Developer tab right there. So for the rest of your lives, for the rest of eternity, your Excels will open up the Developer tab until you get a new computer. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Do a neighbor check. Neighbor. Yes, I have my Developer tab in Excel. We want visual confirmation.
Yeah, no.
You're just anxious. You're just excited to use this clause. Please.
There's a virus detected in it, but yeah, like look, it'll say that. It won't let me download it, but I do have the developer.
Good old McAfee. Okay.
I already have to set.
You might have to disable McAfee
Really?
temporarily
All right.
in just a minute.
I think I could just
If you
force it.
show it, where's the folder it's in?
I didn't even put it into a folder yet. It was like
Okay, it's
right
probably in your
now.
downloads folder.
It
Check your
probably-
downloads
okay.
folder. And one thing we're gonna do here in a minute, we're gonna right click on that file.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's there. It didn't even download. So I was
Yeah.
like, no, can't do it.
Yeah, I
You
probably
might have to do, what browser is this?
This is just in Canvas. This should be a link to my Google though. So I might be going through Google.
Yeah, see if you can use another browser maybe to do that.
I'll
Can you
use-
right click on that? No. Okay.
Yeah, McAfee's like, I think that's
Yeah, there's maybe a couple things there.
save whatever.
Carson, we good?
But it's just a random.
Yeah. For now, it's great. We're good?
Good.
Whoa, what? Team treats? Really?
Last time I brought treats, you said, "Oh, I don't want it." Yeah, I don't want it. Remember that?
I'm trying to quit.
Yeah. So why are you so curious?
It's, it's them. It's the team camaraderie thing. They're like building,
You're kidding me.
again, too much sugar. No, it has to be zero sugar. Yeah, zero sugar. Zero added sugar. You could use, not molasses, what do you call it? Maple syrup? Maple syrup? Applesauce? Honey? Molasses, no. Wrong word. Oh, molasses cookies? Yeah, yeah. How old do I look to you, Jackson? Thank you. You're exactly right. Oh, I'm worrying. I used the wrong word. I like molasses cookies. Yeah, I like those. Yeah. Okay, we've got it open. We've got it downloaded. Let's do this. Go to Excel add-ins. See this button right here? There's like 3 different add-ins on this add-ins tab. There's the add-ins, there's the Excel add-ins, and there's COM add-ins. All kind of ways to connect your Excel. Click on Excel add-ins. Okay, brings this up. You've probably seen this before. Nothing is checked here, and we're going to do something really weird, and we're hopefully only going to have to do this once this semester. Once it's set up, it's done. So maybe watch this first, watch what I do, and then we'll do it together again. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Browse, and I've got my browse open here. I'm going to pull open my file that I downloaded. So I downloaded it to downloads. Here's my downloads file. Okay. Here's the browse. All I did was I clicked on browse right here from this add-ins. Browse. So I've got my browse open. I've got my, and this is what I'm going to do. Click, drag this over. Does that make sense? That's all I'm going to do is, and then I'm going to click OK. And look, it's in my list right there. Does that make sense? So walk through this with your desk mate there. Browse, go find it in downloads or wherever you downloaded it. Click and drag it into this folder here. What that's doing is you're adding this file to your Microsoft Excel add-ins, and it's going to change your Excel in just a minute. So if you click on open, actually I already did it, so I can click cancel here because I've already checked it here. When I click OK, oh, there's one more thing we have to do. I forgot about that. Oh, dang. Let's do that again. Go back to Excel add-ins, browse, and right-click on this file. Go to properties, right-click properties. There's an unblock right there. See that unblock? We have to unblock it. Why do we have to unblock this file?
Because it has macros.
Windows doesn't trust it. It has macros.
Open it up and it'll just start downloading Chinese malware or something.
That's exactly right. So as you probably know, right, VBA is vicious. In the old days, VBA could erase computer files, reset hard drives, and they actually did that. And so Microsoft came out and said, okay, we're blocking all VBA files.
Oh, so that's why it's tweaking right now?
That's why it's tweaking.
Where's the unblock button?
Right click on the file, go to properties. And it should be on the bottom.
It don't like me.
You don't see it there?
Dude.
Where's the file at in
Yeah,
your
this is,
computer?
this has a gun. It's, dude, my mouse.
Try right click one more time. Do you cancel this? Make sure you're right clicking on that file and then properties on that one. There we go.
So I just hit browse. This is the first one I downloaded.
Yeah, perfectly. And so if you add that,
Golf breaks call.
click on the file name. Do you want to replace it?
Yeah,
Sure, why not?
Amy, you're
If you click OK,
like 8 a.m., right?
there you go. You're in.
Does it change it?
It works. Yeah, so you have this Atlas tab. And you got two of them. I think you have two files there. So if you go back to the Excel add-ins and maybe remove,
Yeah.
do browse. Yeah, take one of those, take that one. Yeah, should get rid of double F.
Then open again or just
Yeah, do cancel. It's already there. Click OK.
I'm like, what am I like? What is Canvas, dude? Like,
Yeah, maybe uncheck that and click OK. And see if it takes it out. Okay, one's still there. You might have to close Excel down and open it back up just to kind of refresh that.
Oh no, they're gonna see like
Quit Excel. Quit Excel. Yeah.
Leak my stuff. I don't even care.
And then if you open it back up, see if the
I can't even get this.
see if the Atlas tab is still there.
Like a Christmas tree myself.
Yeah, sorry about your Mac. Okay, great. So there's no Atlas now. You can go back to Developer tab, Excel add-ins, click on Atlas there, and click OK. Oh, couldn't find it. Where'd it go? There's something weird about that one. If you click on no, and if you click on yes, delete it from the list, can you go back and edit that? What's this right there? Oh, interesting. Yeah, try it one more time. See if you got it. Houston, we got it? Life's good. Ash, I can't tell if that's good or we're gonna say that's good.
I'm trying.
Jamie,
Okay, when I downloaded it, it just brought this in here.
perfect.
Is that what?
That's it.
Okay,
That's what you need. How did you do it? Because Carson's.
I just downloaded it and when I opened the Excel, it's there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right on.
You got it? Okay. Rotary? Okay, great. Very good. So once we unblock this, I'll click on unblock. I'll click OK. Okay. And I've got it. So I'll click OK here. Now, what should you see? You should see Atlas right here. See this right here? Atlas. Woohoo! Do you see the Atlas tab? If you see the Atlas tab, you did it. Sorry? Yes, there's instruction sheet, submit, and about add-in. So this is going to help us for all the assignments, for all the homeworks, and for all the projects. The instruction sheet is going to tell us what to do. The submit is what we push when we're writing our code, and it's going to run our code and grade us. I did not write the VBA for this, but it is cool. I will grant you that. So here's what I want to do next. We've got the developer tab. We've got downloaded Atlas. And we're going to create a web query. So let's do this. If you haven't, I'm sure most of you have seen this already. Here is Excel. And if we go to the developer tab, we have Visual Basic. Here is VBA right here. And notice we can either click on this button or we can use Alt F11. And that will bring up our amazing VBA environment over here. So I've split my screen. So I've got Excel over here. I've got my VBA over here. Not bad, right? Pretty good. So and this is where we're going to be working for pretty much the whole semester, is in this space here. Notice it's still inside of my Excel file. So everything that I do in this is going to be embedded into this file, right? As long as I save it correctly, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Because you got to make sure you save it. Okay. But let's do this. So let me demonstrate what this Atlas tab is going to be really helpful for. So if I go back to the course website, and if I go to assignments, I'm looking for the assignment that says create a web query. You guys see that one? Under the homework. If I click on this, I'll click on the web query assignment, and I'll say load this in a new window. It's going to go out to the My Educator website, and it's going to say, okay, in order to do this homework, you need to download this file. Okay, so what I did, again, I went to the home page, went to the assignments, found create a web query, clicked on the load button. It took me here. Now I'm going to click on this button to download this file. This is an XLSM file. So what do we have to do after we download it? We got to unblock it. That's it. I know, it's a little bit weird. It's unfortunate. It's the world we live in. I'm going to right click on the file, go to properties, and I'm going to click unblock. Okay. If you run into errors with this file or running code, it's probably because you haven't unblocked the file. Okay. So now when I open this file, and if I go to Atlas on this file and click on instruction sheet, it gives me these instructions for the assignment. Okay. And here's the assignment. We're going to do a web query, and we're going to query this website. We're going to pull information from this website into our spreadsheet so that every time we refresh the spreadsheet, we're pulling that information back into Excel, right? We're basically creating a connection to this website that says, just pull this website when I refresh. We're basically creating this web query wizard here. Let me check on time. How are we doing on time? Okay, we got 5 minutes. Let's do it. So the first step is,
Yeah.
where'd you guys go?
Like, where did the assignments go? Where did you get the homework thing? Where did the homework stuff?
Yeah, did you guys click on assignments? Did you click on create a web query? And then you clicked on load? Correct. That's it. We're good. That's okay. Yeah, you're good. So when you open that Excel file, it should look blank like this, right? You got it? And so if you go to the Atlas tab, click on instruction sheet, it's going to show you that instruction sheet for that assignment. And it's going to be something like this.
So we don't use the blank one we just made, we just go into it.
Correct. Yep, very good. Okay, we good so far? JC, where are you at?
Taking completely differently.
It's because we haven't talked about it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I guess we just have to buy the book first in order to do anything.
That's true.
Okay.
And I can show you this in the next 3 minutes, and you guys can watch on this. And in fact, let's do this. Let's finish this up. Whatever we don't finish right here, we'll finish this up in class on Wednesday. Sound good? Don't be too worried yet about trying to get this done before class on Wednesday. Again, this is just introduction. We're just getting everything in place. We're just kind of prepping for the semester, basically. So you can just watch this next 3 minutes. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to follow these instructions. This is called the Web Query Wizard. It allows you to build a web query. So we're going to look for what's called the legacy web in the search box. I'm going to come up to search. Anybody ever use the search box? in Excel. Not that uncommon. Good. Impressive. Where's this or that? Good. I'm going to type in legacy in that search box, and here's what I want right here. Legacy from web. That's what I want to use here. So I'll click on legacy from web. It's going to bring up this. Guess what this is? This is the old Internet Explorer. It still lives. It's still around. I know maybe you guys, maybe this is before your time. But what's interesting is Internet Explorer was built before the time of JavaScript. So all of these errors that come up are really referring to JavaScript errors. It doesn't know what to do with JavaScript, which is kind of funny in my mind. I'm just going to click on no until it stops, okay? And it'll be a couple. But here is a browser that's embedded into this web query. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy this site specifically. I'm going to copy this URL. Okay, I'm going to paste it into this address field and I'm going to click on go. And it's going to query the server, and this is what it pulls back. Look at this. Oh, look at this. James Madison said this. Enlightened statesmen will not always be at the helm. That almost sounds like a Book of Mormon quote, but if I say go again, it's going to give me another quote. So every time I refresh, I'm going to get a different quote. Okay? Yeah, I'm just copying it from the instructions. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to import this. So I'm going to click on import on this web query window here. I'm saying import. It's going to tell me where do I want to put it. I'm going to put it in A1. Put it right there. Look what it's doing. It's querying again. It slaps it into Excel. Here's the other instructions. Change the name of the worksheet to quotes. So I'll change my worksheet to be quotes. I don't need to write any VBA for this assignment. Click submit, and it will grade my assignment. And what did I get? I got 100%. See, it gives me immediate feedback. That's it. So for this assignment, I got 10 out of 10, 100% for this assignment. We're out of time. I will finish this again next period. Sound good? This is just getting us set up, just getting ready to experience the life-changing power of VBA. All right, thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Can I come over and check you guys'?
What did I do wrong?
Oh, I'm good. So we just have to purchase the tech.
Yeah, I think that's right. Carson, how'd you do?
I just didn't really want to find. Let's go. Yeah. After.
Let's check.
Yeah, I thought I should.
Oh yeah, so I don't think it's in Mac. I think this is one of those legacy things that doesn't have, like if you come up to search, I don't think you can do, if you type in legacy,
Yeah.
I don't think it's there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's included. Yeah.
So don't do that.
I'm trying to think if there's a way to do it on Mac on this one. If you go back to the website, I think there might be one. Where's the course website? Click on this one. Go to pages. And then click on introduction to objects. I think there's an option down here. If you do this add-in, I think you can do it.
So use the
And that's like a plugin for the web query wizard. Yeah, enable that.
and I add that in.
And then you should have,
Do I add that in too?
yeah, exactly. Browse, legacy. Yep, perfect.
And go to a conference.
Here.
Give them no credit.
Here.
Yep, there's the instruction sheet. So now, I can't remember how you find the legacy from the add-in. That's a good one. It's been a long time since I've done this on a Mac.
I'm sorry to make it extra work.
No worries. Um, I'll have to look that up. Let me see if I can look that up for Wednesday. See figure that out. How'd it go?
Problems, it's just, like, kind of doing this, I thought it popped in a mistake.
Yeah, you did a Y after P.
Oh, why?
Yeah, try
That
that.
was so.
I think you just missed the, yeah, you missed copying the URL.
What with this right here?
Yeah, click on import.
Import?
Yep, and then it's gonna ask you, where do you want to import it to? Just click on A1. Say, put it right there, and
Okay.
okay. And it's gonna get the quote, get the data, and there it is.
And then that's.
Now, if you refresh your spreadsheet, hit F5 or F9, which one is it? No, maybe it's F9. Try F9.
Okay.
I can't remember how to refresh it. But anyways, it's gonna pull a new quote every time you make a change to your spreadsheet.
Okay,
So that's connected.
Okay, so is that like all we need to get up to? So
That's it. And so if you want to be really cool, hit submit. It says, oh, you're submitting for this person?
Is this 8%? No, it'll. So yes.
Yes, that's you, right? It was asking
Yeah, that
for
was
name.
me.
So it's gonna run, it's gonna check, takes a second, and then
Okay.
it's gonna spit out
Yeah.
your assignment. Yeah, click on yes, and it'll spit out this review. Oh, look at that.
Mm.
Okay, it says what could not find a sheet named quotes.
Oh, so I need. Oh, is that literally it?
That's right. That
Okay.
was the other part of the instruction. And then you can try to resubmit it again
Okay.
and see if you get that right.
Look at this. It says after refreshing all web queries, the quote did not change, but it keeps changing here. It just changed. I just got refreshed.
Well, they don't know.
And
Same
then
problem.
same problem.
Ooh. That's weird. Send me your file.
Okay.
That might be. Did you unblock it?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't work if it was unblocked, right?
I think that's true. Wells, you good?
Sir. Oh, if you didn't know.
It's not too bad, actually.
I mean, with just VBA. So we haven't done any VBA really yet, but we're gonna do this with VBA. Yeah.
You didn't know class packaging itself, 3/3.
Yeah, I noticed that. I wanted to end early today.
Joking around, bro. Cause you're like, yeah, sure. She's like 5 more. Oh, we got 5 more minutes, and then it was like, yeah, no, it isn't.
It's good. It's good.
So just send you my file.
Yeah, send me that file.
Hey, your brother.
Hey, you up?
Guess what?
Come on.
Got a job interview tomorrow.
Hey, with who?
ITF.
Why have I heard of that?
They're a big conglomerate company.
Okay.
But no, like welding.
Oh, cool.
They own like Hobart mixers,
I've heard of that too.
and they own a lot of other
Big
companies like
company.
Ranex,
Oh, wow.
Lime,
That's cool. What's the position for?
manufacturing engineer,
Oh.
continuous improvement.
What? That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Based on where? Wisconsin. Oh, fun.
So yeah, I'm excited about it.
That's great. It's really cool. Any BYU connections? Any school connections up there? Alumni?
Nope.
Nothing?
Just flying around.
Wow, that's good for you. But do you know if they have alumni connections up there?
I have no idea. Okay.
Okay.
I think they have a good relationship with BYUI students.
Okay.
Because we have a welding engineering program. And
Okay.
it's not a very common program. And so they make welders.
Oh,
So
nice. So they know about BYU.
yeah,
That's good.
there's just an awareness there.
Oh, that's good.
Because I saw them on campus. I met them on campus at one point. And they were like, when I was talking with them in the fall, they were like, well, I think you're a little far out right now, but like, you should apply. And I was like, okay, I will.
Wow. That's pretty good. They gave you the you should apply. They're like
Yeah.
be impressed. The eyebrows up.
Yeah.
You should apply.
You should definitely apply.
It's great.
Okay, I will.
Very good. That's exciting.
Put on Microsoft Teams.
Perfect. Thanks, Jax.
It was
Yeah, let me know how
refreshing
that
while I was doing it.
Okay, great.
And tomorrow, so I'll let you know on Wednesday.
Great.
Did you get it?
Sounds amazing.
No.
Good job.
Did you get it? No.
That's great.
So,
Rodri, did you get close?
that's what it says. I don't know.
Actually, grading. What does that mean?
No idea.
Click OK. See what happens.
Doesn't have to.
Nothing. Yeah, we were looking at the same thing. We're not sure exactly how to pull up the legacy on that. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to. Wait, what picture? Whose hand is that? Is that Messi?
No, it's just Mexican soccer player.
Alvarez. What? Who's he play for?
That's a Mexican jersey.
Oh, okay.
2020.
2020. Why 2020?
I like that jersey.
Oh, okay. That's funny. Yeah, let's finish this next class and I'll see if I can find something for legacy users. Make that work. Does that work?
Yes. So if we're totally switching for the warrant course,
Yes.
all the stuff that I was trying to catch up on, so I could jump into this one.
Good question. Did you catch up on all the stuff?
Well, I was reading stuff and stuff, but I couldn't take the quizzes because it's in class stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But then the moment I got back, he left. So I was like, "Crap." So for 2 weeks, I was off questions. So I was just doing off that something you want me to
True.
try and go back.
That's a good question.
Just plowing into it.
Yeah, if you would do that, because I'm planning to still incorporate that into the class. The stuff we've already done will still remain as part of the grades and everything else. So it's probably a good idea to at least go back and take those IRATs. Do you have access to the IRATs?
If it's still there, I think I should.
Should you? Okay, let's double check that.
So, is there? Well, I don't have access to taking